Welcome back to an episode of Match on Programming. In today's episode, I'm going to be setting up Genie on Mac. Now, it's actually very easy to set it up on Windows, but on macOS, it can be a little bit difficult. So I'm going to walk you exactly through how you can set it up. It's going to be easy, and there's some troubleshoot notes at the end that we can have a look at. But the first step is to make sure that you have Brew or Homebrew installed. To do that, all you need to do is click or hold on Command and space and type in terminal. You can also navigate to it by going to your launchpad on your Mac and then clicking on your other folder, or even just coming here and searching up for terminal and clicking on it, which will open something like this for you. This is your command line, and we are going to be using something called Homebrew that will allow us to install things. So if you just go ahead and type in brew, if you get a response similar to this, that means you have actually Homebrew installed and you're going to be able to use it to download other things. Otherwise, what you'll need to do is you'll need to navigate to this link. Oops. And you'll need to basically copy this command. So you can just click over here, or you can just copy it from this document over here. I'll make sure I try to include this in the description, but they're the same command, this one and that one. This will basically install Homebrew for you. I'm not going to do it because I already have it, so it'll just be a waste of time. But the next step after that is to copy this command. So we're going to be using brew to install something called wine. And what wine does is that it allows us to actually install or set up Windows applications on macOS. So as you might know, Genie is a Windows exclusive app, so we will need to sort of do something else to install it, and that's by installing wine. So again, I'll simply just copy this command and I'll come over here and I'll paste it, and let me just expand this like that, and I'll click enter. And you can see that it's starting to download here. So I might skip this part until it finishes downloading. Alright, so we're back. So it does actually take a bit of time to download, and you might see, I'm just going to go over really quickly, you might be seeing symbols like these or responses like this. So it doesn't matter if it's not here, by the way, that's just how I set up mine. But as you keep going down, you'll be getting logs until you reach this point where you can clearly type into terminal. That's when you know it's done downloading, and you can go to the next step. So now we actually have wine installed and set up, and if you go to your launchpad again, you'll realize that you now have an app called wine or wine stable. You can also search for it up over here and it will show up. This basically allows you to install and set up Windows application on your Mac. So now the final step is to actually go and download Genie from the website if it's a Windows application. And to do that, I'm just going to copy this link, and we're gonna go over here. Now obviously in the future there might be some new versions or things like that, but for us, because we're using wine, we will need to install or set it up with Lung and with MSI. So there's only one here that ends with MSI, so I'm going to go ahead and click on that. I need to log in. So to log in, I'm just going to pick one of my accounts, and hopefully I'm already logged in. And now that I am logged in, I can hopefully come here and just click login. Now you can see that it is installing over here. It's important that your things install in the download folder. So if we just go over here and go to downloads, and let's just sort by they added. So yep, so you can see that it's in my downloads folder. It's very important that it is in the downloads folder, not just out of organization, but because in the future, like the command after, we're going to actually be running few commands in the download folder. So to do this, what you need to do, you need to navigate to the downloads folder where your download file is. So to do this, you need to type in cd, which just means change directory, by the way. And you can simply say that symbol. So I'm not actually sure what it's called, but it's next to the one on your keyboard. And then a dash, and then type in downloads. And what this allows us to do is that now you can see we're inside the downloads folder. So now if I do an ls, which all it does is it prints all the files in the downloads, you can see Genie included somewhere. Let's have a look. Yeah, there we go. So you can see that Genie is part of it because this is just printing all the items that are inside of my downloads folder. So now that we're inside of here, the other command that we need to do is use wine and say wine msiexec -genie 5.0.msi. Now, in here, you'll need to include the full name of your file. So what I'll do is I'm just going to copy this part, I'll paste it here, and I'm not going to click enter yet. I'm just going to copy all of this like that. And I'm going to come here and paste it just like this. Now this is actually the part where I think a lot of people start getting errors. So I'm going to click enter and hopefully we don't get any errors. This does also take a bit of time, so I might skip this part, but we can see that it is downloading, which is great. I'm happy with that. So don't be like me. I completely did not realize that a window popped up. So to do this, just make sure you show all your windows or all your screens, because this window popped up for me, and that is how we continue. So now we're setting up Genie, and all I need to do is click next, and this should then continue doing what it's trying to do. All right, so for me, everything is running correctly, but for some reason, my wine is just lagging. So what I'll do is I'll just quit it, and that is fine. This might happen. So I'm just going to rerun that command again. And it will just keep everything that were already done. So I'm going to click on next, and here we go. Now we get this pop-up. It says the accept it. I'll obviously accept it. Click on next. This is where you want to save it. Just click next and click install. So now it'll take some time and it will say completed the Genie setup. I'll click on finish. And you need to remember that as of this point, you're actually now kind of using Windows. You're not using Mac. Like this is now, whenever you're opening one, you're opening it as Mac, as a Windows. So now what we need to do to open it, it's actually very easy. We just need to copy this command and it will open. But before that, I want to show you that if you actually go to the Launchpad and click on Wine Stable, you can also enter program names here and you'll be able to run it. Like you can just say wine and then Genie, for example, and install it. But just to follow the instructions, you can go ahead and copy this. And you can see that now we are inside of Genie. And what you can do is you can do wine genie.exe like this. And I'll click on enter. It will start running a few things. Now you'll get this pop-up piece, and now you're actually running Genie. And you'll need to enter either a license key path, or you can click on start free trial, which is what I'll do. So I'll just put my name, organization, for email. That is also not my real email, by the way. And you just check this one. You click OK. And here you go. You've got Genie ready to be used. This tutorial, I was just here to show you how to install it and set it up. And you can obviously start using it straight away, how you'd use it on Windows. In the next few tutorials, I'll be showing you how you can use it and how you can generate calculations from it and so on. Thanks so much for watching, and any questions, please let me know down in the comments or give it a like, and hopefully a subscribe as well. Thank you.